Joined by Khaya Sodidi. He's the Deputy Secretary General of Denosa. They're one of COSATU's affiliates supporting today's march. Khaya, thank you very much for speaking to us here on eNCA. Just firstly, this is the question that I asked my colleague Aisha Ismail. COSATU has marched basically against itself for a number of times now in terms of services, poverty in South Africa, the economy, etc. What are you hoping to achieve this time?
Thanks very much. I'm in a very awkward situation, but I'll try to talk.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
No, yes. What is happening that is correct that you've been marching all these years, but what we believe in as COSATU is that the more we make noise, it's more likely that somebody or some officials will listen. Because remember now, what is might have changed a little bit now this time around is the issue of the load shedding. We've been marching all these years for economic situation, but this time it's the issue of load shedding, which is affecting the companies, many companies, which is resulting to some to consider closing down. And also in the healthcare sector, that the patients are not receiving the service delivery they should be receiving. So we're adding that this time around with the hope that government will listen to the crisis of energy we are facing in the country. So it's not about the number of marches we're holding, but it's about the noise we're making and then the message we want to put across to the government.
So, Khaya, what kind of promises are you making to these workers who are marching with you? It's quite important to also point out the fact that COSATU and its affiliates are part of the Tripartite Alliance. And the Tripartite Alliance includes the ANC, which is the governing party today. Sometimes you're even supported by the SACP in these marches. So it's sort of like you're marching against yourselves.
The promises we are making to our members is that the alliance was still part of the alliance.
Yes.
The alliance, we must make sure that it's working towards to reach our goal, because we've got our goal that to improve the lives of this country. We have not realized that entirely. So for us is to make sure that we pass this message to the government. Remember, next year we're going to general elections next year. That means now we are going to have a new administration. So we remain hopeful that the new administration will listen to our cry as workers. What we are fighting for now, and then we're campaigning for, is that the administration coming to power within the alliance, it must be the administration that will listen to the workers. So we are starting our own campaign as a federation, so that when we go to general elections next year, we should be campaigning for those who will be aligned and then listening to the workers' cry compared to what we have experienced in the previous years. So we remain hopeful that in the new administration, our cry will be listened. Don't want to wait until next year. We want to start it now. There will be other campaigns throughout the year, ensuring that when we go to elections campaign next year, we'll be campaigning for those we think that they will be listening to us within the alliance, actually, not only the ANC, within the alliance. So we'll be influencing those who come to power in the ANC and in the alliance, that they listen to the cry of the workers. That's what we want to achieve moving forward.
You should share your secret, Mr. Sodidi, in terms of how you remain hopeful when it comes to any administration in the ANC, because you'd agree that your protests or marches have intensified through the years, and you've added more demands through the years. It was first probably about corruption. Then the next time you had to add another point. It was, for instance, the economy. Then it's now, as you say, the electricity. So what's your secret in terms of remaining hopeful, as you say, in the ANC? It's getting worse.
You may remember that the ANC conference has passed. Now, what is left now is for us to work with the ANC, because we are still in partnership with the ANC as COSATU and SACP. is to work towards that those will be campaigning or will be put as face of the alliance, or those who will be contesting the positions are those who will be more sympathetic or aligned to the working class. We've done that before. We think we have achieved we had some achievements, but of course that remains with the ANC to give to first give us those candidates, and then as COSATU will be either we in support or we're not in support of the candidates ANC will be giving to us in terms of supporting them towards the general elections. So we're still going to remain in the alliance. We're still going to remain to influence, to make sure that those who really put forward understand workers' issues and then understand better the economic crisis we're facing in the country. So that is the hope we're having for. There's no secret we're holding, but we will be working with the ANC in the alliance. Of course, COSATU will put its view whether it is in agreement of those or not in agreement, and then take it forward. Because we must also remember that there's an issue has not been yet finalized, the issue of ACP, whether they should contest the state or not.
And that's the issue. So as the tripartite alliance yourselves, you're not even really getting along and you don't know what's really going to happen next year. So how do we trust the alliance?
Sorry, I didn't get that question. Just people
I'm speaking to your point.
Sorry, can you repeat?
I'm speaking to your point, Khaya, that, you still don't know what's really going to happen in next year's general elections because, as you say, the SACP has threatened quite a number of times that it will stand on its own. So that means the tripartite alliance itself may be divided, with COSATU saying it'll support this side and other members of COSATU saying it'll support the other side. So how do we as South Africans believe and trust you, even when you go to the streets like you have today, without thinking it's just PR?
It's not PR, because remember, there are processes that are following within the alliance. COSATU itself, COSATU is in that process. So it's not really a PR, maybe a stance. It's a process which we need to, all of us, to respect until they come to finality. Because even SACP itself is still engaging with its internal processes. So COSATU. So at the right time, with the hope that it won't be long from now, we'll be in a position really to take side that are we really remaining with the ANC or going with the SACP? But we just want to respect those processes within the alliance.
All right, Khaya Sodidi, the Deputy Secretary General of Denosa, one of COSATU's affiliates, supporting that march against corruption, against the bad economy in South Africa, joblessness, as well as poverty and, of course, load shedding. But we'll see. It's about 8 months or so, or just a little more, to the elections. We know that they can be moved all the way to November. But, this is during the time when we start to hear very weird things in the political space.